Okay guys, today, arm drags, how to chain it into different takedowns. Check out the full video. Oos. What is up guys, welcome back to the channel. Tum Energia, Energia Martial Arts. Today we are going to cover the arm drag and takedowns. We're not only going to look at the arm drag and how to take the back from there, we're also going to look at all the takedowns in between the arm drag and the rear body lock, like judo trips, wrestling takedowns, so much more. So I hope you guys enjoy. Before we get started, today I'm going to show you the arm drag from a static position and from some static drills. If you are training and drilling, I want you to at least try to do it from a form of movement, dynamic, as you try to mimic the fight or the grappling situation. Today I'm going to show you some statics, and I really don't like this to become an Aikido drill where I just grab his wrist and start entering, but for the purpose of showing you, we're going to do it like this. Now first off, if I want to grab the wrist and start doing an arm drag, and I'm going to go full in offense, this is rarely going to work, because as soon as I start grabbing the wrist, I either have to go all in with the arm drag straight away, but he's going to feel my grip, he's going to pull it away. It's a natural reaction. So sure, there's ways when he grabs my wrist and I'm going to pull and switch and whatever. It's also really cool, but I want to show you something different today. Now, what I really like to do is either I control a collar tie and his wrist, and as he starts pushing back, I enter with the arm drag, so I convince him to do something else, or when he starts reaching towards me. If I want him to reach towards me, sometimes I'm dropping my head level as he wants to come in. Now, if he's a wrestler, he might post on my shoulder, or he might try to grab a collar tie, like so. We're going to cover these two. Now, for the shoulder post, what I like to do here is go with this tap down arm drag. So as I keep my shoulder here, I put some pressure. Maybe I work my own shoulder post. I'm going to tap it down, snatch the arm drag here. From the collar tie, if he goes for the collar tie, we're a bit closer. Now, I don't want to open up as I anticipate the collar tie and open up all this space. So go for the collar tie, please. All this space. This is underhook space. I don't think this is good. So I keep my grips tight. As he comes in, I open my chest a little bit more and grab the arm drag. Yeah? So here's some ways to get into the arm drag. Now about the grip. If you control the arm and you pull at the elbow, I see this is happening a lot with jiu-jitsu instructors. Yeah? If I pull at the elbow, the only thing moving now is Wart's arm. And I really want to pull Wart towards me and myself towards him simultaneously. So the better grip, instead of grabbing behind the elbow or the tricep, is I want to go wrist deep into his armpit. Now I'll show you on the other side so you can see. If I only go with my fingers and reach for the goal, now if he's standing still, I might always get it. Yeah? But in training, in sparring, he might be moving backwards. I'm going to slip. So for this purpose, I want you to go wrist deep and overreach. Yeah? So when I enter for the arm drag, my hand is going to be behind his shoulder. Let's show the other side so you can clearly see. My hand is going to be cupping all the way behind his armpit as I grab the armpit. If he steps back, I still latch on to him. Now when I have the armpit, if I pull, he is moving instead of his arm. And this is very important, guys. I want to control his torso, his body, through his arm. So if I only control here, the arm is moving. So I want to control his torso, grab deep inside the armpit, pull diagonally. Now we're going to look at the footwork and all that stuff in a minute, but this is just the grips. So it might look a little bit like this. He's posting on the shoulder, I snap down, grab deep in the armpit, start pulling in, stepping in, deep into that area behind his armpit with my wrist, okay? So far for the grips. Now about the footwork. What happens a lot in jiu-jitsu, guys, is we pull and we think about circling to the back. Now you might recognize this. I'm going to pull. Yeah, and as soon as I start circling here, he's going to step and we're going to get into this infinite loop where maybe he will get my back. So instead of this, I want you guys to understand a few things, which is head positioning, hip positioning, and the usefulness of my foot and legs. I want to step on the inside of my partner, so I don't want to, as I arm drag, step with this leg to the outside. There's too much space. And yes, you can be like, yeah, but you can grab the hip, and that's very far. So I want to keep this circle as small as possible. Instead of me circling around, I'm going to pull and I'm going to go chest to chest as I step in with my leg close to my partner. Now my head can be on the outside, especially if I want to go for shots, yeah? Or my head can be more on the inside. I'm going to put my chest on my partner. As my leg and my hips are here, now I can easily reach for my hip. If you start circling towards me, I have way more control as I slide down. Now obviously I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to do the whole thing. As I do the whole thing, yeah, I will snap down, go, as I stop, boom, immediately go to put my head on top of him. I'm going to be careful with the microphone here, but control the rear body lock. So I think going to the back is really good. Once you establish the rear body lock, there's so many takedown options. For that, please check out these video links. In the top, we have two videos, beginners, should be here, and advanced rear body lock takedowns. Today, I want to cover with you guys everything in between the arm drag and the rear body lock. There's so many takedowns, especially when the arm drag is just an opportunity to open them up for a shot. Now, as I said about head positioning, if I start chaining here, yeah, and I keep too much space, my partner will turn towards me, which will lead me into shots maybe. So the first one we're going to cover today is the double leg. Let's be on this side, please. Now as my partner pulls his arm in, he doesn't want me to take his back. I'm gonna step in, lower my level, do a level change, and work in for a double leg. So I wanna work, maybe I have the collar tie, maybe he's going for the collar tie, I snap down, boom. I control deep in the armpit. As I step in, the arm between us doesn't matter. As I lift it, go for the double. Now usually I will stand up, start chasing him, cut the corner. We have a cool video about double legs, but because of the space and time, I'm not gonna go into the double leg, just the level change and chaining your shot. So arm drag into double. Now easily we're gonna do arm drag into single. So as I start working, I'm gonna snatch, step in, and pull my partner in tight. I'm gonna get my head on the inside. So as we're here, he wants for the collar tie, I work, I go in, boom, I snatch for the single leg here, head positioning high, drive him down, take down, yep. Now if my partner anticipates and I pull his arm and this leg comes forward and he doesn't want this leg to go forward, he goes with the other leg, I will change to a different side, single leg. So I will work the arm drag, the other leg goes forward, and I switch to the other side. As I drive in, get this side single leg. Now my favorite single leg, it's the one we saw in the beginning of the video, is where I slide in. Now for the slide in single leg, this is pretty hard for the beginners, but I don't want to fall down. So I don't want to arm drag, fall down, and now start to wrestle up for the single leg. This is me pulling a knee cut. Yeah, it's not good. So what I imagine is I want to slide through my partner, like a baseball slide with my thigh underneath. I will not hold on to the arm, because I will not have a base. So look, if I go and hold on to the arm or the leg, we go here, I don't have a base. So here or here, there's nothing behind me, he will just drive through with a knee cut, and I have a hard time getting up. So I need some form of base. In this case, the arm that goes for the arm drag will base on the mat immediately. So we're here, working. As I push the arm drag, I'm gonna slide through, I'm gonna base here. As I control the leg, I will base off from my left foot and my right hand, and I'll immediately put my head towards his ribs to wrestle up. Either go for a tap, double leg, single leg, high crotch, whatever you want to wrestle up to. But this is how we do this slide single. So slide all the way in, base, base, wrestle back up, head positioning. Now, if you want to get into some more advanced drills, what I think is really good now is to slow a bit down and start working some realistic grip fighting. So if I do an arm drag and I'm here, he can curl out, there's tons of ways to open. Some people say, hey, you do grab the elbow. The only time I grab the elbow is if I get this control and I open up and I would get this, like this Kimura way of arm dragging, but it's a different thing I'm not going to cover today. What could happen is if I'm wrist deep, now if he pulls the arm out, he's stuck. He will just pull our chests together, and that's what I want, to get hip-to-hip connection. What he can do is use his second hand to pull his first hand out, and we'll get a nice chain. So when I'm here, he posts on my shoulder or chest, and he pulls out. This. Other arm, as we go in, boom, he pulls, and he brings out. So I think this is a good, realistic drill to do some late stage defense chaining, is to do the arm drag, and as my partner starts to defend with the second arm, I try to chain it to the other side and get my rear body lock or single leg or whatever technique you want to use. I think the biggest thing to train here is grip fighting, entries, dynamic stance, and realistic arm dragging, and try not to do this and circle to the back as my partner circles. Yeah. And finally, we're going to add some details from judo. We're going to do some trips, but also how to prevent that step. I think the biggest thing is to understand that we go wrist deep, chest to chest, and I step in instead of circling around. Another thing we can add, let's look at his left leg, is as he wants to circle with the left leg, I'm going to block it with my foot. Now, me blocking his foot is not a foot sweep. It's not me trying to disbalance him and do a beautiful judo foot sweep. For that, I suck too much in judo. It is neither a lower calf kick. It is just a block to prevent him circling and chasing my back. Now, just focus on the leg work. So if you want to focus on leg work, please. As we go, he will circle with the left leg. Look what happens. Boom. And it's hard for me to chase the leg. Now, look what happens with the leg. It is not going to be the arm drag and then the foot. The foot comes simultaneously with the wrist. As I'm working, I'm going to block and chain. Now, if he falls down like this, that's really good, but it shouldn't happen. Yeah? He really wants to stay on his feet. So all I had to do is just push in here, yeah, block, and just chain for his back. Okay? I hope that's still on the audio. Let's get a bit more this way, please. So as he starts stepping, snap down, I have to be close. So if you're stepping out of circling, you can never reach that foot. So you messed up in the beginning. So I go chest to chest, hip to hip, block the foot, slide in, catch the back. Yeah? All that just to prevent him circling around. And a final thing I'm going to show you guys, because there's tons more. We can do katagurumas, side body lock, suplex, but we're short on time. The final one I want to show you is just a little bit of judo, some trips. As I come in with the arm drag, I'm going to inside trip. I like to fall down to my knee. You can try and stay standing. For this one, I like to drop down, and I need to block the far side hip, otherwise he'll take my back. So we're here, he's trying to hold on, snatch, here. I need this underhook, pressure here, head positioning to start passing. If I keep control of the arm drag, he will arm drag me and take my back. So let's wrap it up with that, guys. Arm drags, takedowns from there, judo, wrestling, grip fighting. Hope you guys enjoy, and be sure to like, comment, and let us know what you think for some stand-up videos. See you in the next one. Oes.